branding checklist to success. When you're creating a business, it's important to think through your branding as it helps show your potential customers that you are made especially for them. In this branding checklist, you will 1. Take the guesswork out of your next steps in branding. 2. Demystify brand terms while going through a brand audit. 3. Learn what components are vital to building your brand identity. 4. Simplify your brand strategy essentials, a prerequisite for any successful brand. And 5. Understand which brand assets are needed to be recognized by customers. We will go through brand strategy, brand identity, and brand assets and see what you already have versus what you still need. Let's begin. A brand strategy is essential to a strong brand. It's a vivid understanding of where your brand is today, where you want it to be in the future, and the principles that will help you get there. Persona. A brand persona is a fictitious person that represents your target customer or user. It's filled with detail like their lifestyle, their values and beliefs, and most importantly, their needs when it comes to your brand category. A persona helps you focus your brand. Product or service proposition. A proposition is simply something you propose to your user or the market. It's a strong understanding of the value that your product or service provides and its benefits and features. It's also important to think about the customer experience and what happens. Business model. A business model is how your brand generates the revenue required to sustain it. It includes things like your collaborators, key resources, pricing, distribution methods, and communication channels. A strong business model is a prerequisite to a strong brand. Brand vision and mission. A brand vision or mission is a statement that explains what you aim to achieve for the world and for your user and how you aim to achieve it. A strong vision or mission underpins all of a brand's communications and a company's culture too. Core values and culture. Core values are short statements that guide your brand and the culture it creates. They're principles that allow you to make the right decisions about business, communications, and engaging stakeholders. For example, the values to do with accessibility might mean products that are easy to use for all, or are priced within reach. Brand personality attributes. Brand personality attributes are the adjectives that describe how your brand looks, sounds, and feels. They guide the creative and sensory expression of your brand. A brand that is soothing is different to one that is energizing. Brand story and messaging. A brand's story and messaging are the narratives your brand tells about itself, about the people it serves, its industry, and the world itself. They can include a brand's history, its social stance, or even its vision for society. A brand identity is the set of sensory elements, visual, verbal, and more, that allow your brand to communicate effectively and enable it to be recognized and loved. Logo. A logo is a visual mark that allows your brand to be easily recognized, as well as providing trust and goodwill. It can be a logo mark, a distinctive icon, or a word mark, your brand's name rendered typographically, or a combination of both. Tagline. A tagline is a short, powerful statement that encapsulates what your brand stands for, written in a way that resonates with its users. It's a signature that can be used on branded items and communications. Color palette. A color palette is a brand's choice of primary colors used dominantly so that people associate them with your brand, and secondary colors, hues used as accents to complement primary colors. Colors embody meanings too, so choose the ones that work best with your brand strategy. Typography. Typography is how words appear on a written page or on screen. They are how words are set in typefaces or fonts. The typeface chosen can project different emotions and influence the way your text is read and the way your brand is perceived. Imagery. Imagery is the photography used by your brand and how that photography is selected and treated. Angle, colour, tints, and most of all, subject matter can give a brand greater impact and distinctiveness, as well as introduce people to the world of branding. Patterns. Patterns are textural or illustrative elements that can be used to give digital or physical material a branded look or impart an emotion without drawing too much attention. They work with imagery, typography, icons, and more to give your brand distinctiveness. Icons and illustrations. Icons and illustrations can add greater visual interest to your brand, but they can also make it easy to navigate and understand your products and services. Illustrations refer to any artwork that gives your brand greater impact and meaning, while icons are small illustrations that make complex concepts easy to understand. Brand assets are valuable items and resources that allow your brand to be experienced in the real world in a way that is consistent and powerful. Brand guidelines. Brand guidelines are the encapsulation of what your brand stands for and how it looks and feels, documented in a way that allows people you collaborate with to produce communications and materials that are consistent. Packaging. If your brand is experienced physically, packaging creates an important first impression. It tells customers what to expect and also provides cues about the product itself. The visuals used, layouts, copywriting, and even textures help tell a brand story. Website and social media templates. In the digital world, users are exposed to so much stimulus. Having templates for your digital presence allows your brand to be expressed in a way that aligns with your brand story. This should be consistent across digital platforms and channels, and most importantly, cut through the noise. Pitch deck and presentation templates. Brands often have to pitch for opportunities, whether that's to customers or investors. A professional-looking pitch deck and presentation template shows audiences that you're prepared and professional, and also helps get your point across. Print design templates. If many of your brand touchpoints are physical, brochures, booklets, reports, posters, and banners, then it's important to have templates for consistency. Templates also allow you to create more material efficiently, which reduces costs. Merchandise. Brand merchandise can help employees and customers feel like they belong to the culture you've created. Shirts, water bottles, lanyards, and even little toys can strengthen brand cultures and make a brand see. Environmental designs. Whether it's offices or retail outlets, a brand can come to life in the physical world through environments. Having designs for these make it easier for interior design companies to create an experience in line with your brand. Okay, let's wrap it up. Feel free to pause this screen to take a screenshot, or if you'd like to download a PDF with all the descriptions, click on the link in the description box below. How ZeBrand can help. ZeBrand is a brand building platform for startups and emerging businesses. Let us help you on your branding journey. Visit zebranding.com for more information.